Hi guys, as you know, a lot of my videos are step-by-step instructions on how to draw a picture. And as I'm explaining how to draw these, I frequently talk about a variety of different pencil strokes. It's occurred to me that I've never really shown you close up what these pencil strokes look like, so that's what we're doing today. I'm going to show you the two pencil strokes I use over and over again, and also how you can slightly vary these strokes. If you can master these strokes, it'll give you a really good foundation to improve your art. The first one I want to show you, which I talk about all the time, is little circular motions. But what does that actually mean? Usually my videos are all sped up, but I'm going to show you this in real time so you can really see what I'm doing. I'm going to start with a blank piece of paper here because it's going to make it a bit easier to see what I'm doing. And with no other colours in the way, you can really see the shapes that the pencil's making. So although I call this motion circular motions, I'm actually making more of an oval shape. You'll sometimes hear this called orbital motions. But we're essentially just going round and round applying colour to the paper. So there's a few things I want you to notice here. First off, I'm going over the same bit of paper over and over again. That just helps you to get really even coverage and it'll make it smoother. I'm using very light pressure and using the fact that I'm going over and over the same area as a way to build up the colour, rather than pressing hard. Take note of where I'm holding the pencil and the angle of the pencil. You'll notice that I'm not holding the pencil very, very close to the tip. And by holding it back here, it lets me create that light pressure because I can't press hard. If you're just getting into using colour pencils, the temptation is to hold it like you would a writing pencil. If you change how you hold the pencil to back here, particularly if you're adding large areas of colour, it will make your life far easier. Let's talk about which part of the pencil is doing the work. I'm not using the very top of the tip of the pencil, I'm more using around this part here. Because I'm using this one part of the pencil, that's where the pencil wears down. So you'll frequently see me twist the pencil, and that's so that I can use the other side of the pencil as well and I don't have to sharpen as often. So where and why would I use this pencil stroke? I mostly use it if I want to get smooth, even coverage with my pencils. I use it for skin if I'm drawing something smooth and shiny, and I also always use it for base layers. If you'd like to practice these motions by drawing with me, I have a premium tutorial that you can access for free by clicking the link in the description. And if you'd like even more, I have loads of tutorials on my Patreon. Now in some situations, I would still use the circular motion, but I do vary it slightly. Let's move forward now to when I've put down more pigment and I'm wanting to get rid of the white spots. The first thing that I might do is working in much smaller circles and holding the pencil closer to the tip. This gives me more control in areas of high detail, and the increased angle means I'm using the very tip of the pencil now. If you want to finish an area with a glossy look, then you need to burnish. This is where you press much harder and you completely flatten the tooth of the paper. Here I'm pressing much harder and it almost looks like I'm going back and forth with the pencil because my circles are so flat, so squashed. This will just make sure that you cover every little bit of the paper. Alright, that's everything for circular motions. Let's move on to my other stroke that I use all the time. Let's look at what I call the flicking motion. I tend to push or pull the pencil lightly against the paper quite quickly. I'm holding the pencil about a third of the way back, and I would say it's a pretty loose, gentle grip on the pencil. I've got quite a relaxed wrist. I wouldn't be able to make such soft flicks if I was really rigid. Now, the most obvious place that I would use this stroke would be if I'm drawing hair or fur, but you can also see me using it in some slightly more surprising places. Like on the last video where I was drawing this better, you can see me using it on the better's fins. Bear in mind that with this pencil stroke, although you get good texture, you don't really get good coverage. So I tend to build up the coverage with the circular motions. I'll either do that before I put any pencil down to create a base layer, or sometimes I use circular motions and shade over the top. When it comes to variations of this pencil stroke, it really comes down to length of the flicks as well as how dense and close together these flicks are. Longer strokes is something that you would do for longer hair, shorter strokes for shorter hair, or maybe grass. And the closer the strokes are together, the thicker their hair or fur will look. Alright, now you've seen both these pencil strokes, keep a lookout in my videos. I can guarantee that I'll be using at least one, if not both, in every one. I hope you enjoyed this video. Happy drawing, guys. I'll see you in the next one.